Talking about beautiful downtown Canton, Ohio. It is Mixed Mornings with Matt Fantone. As always, thank you so much for being on board. We got Billy Beebe from 1480 WHBC in the studio and joining us in our sports segment, representing Neo Pro Wrestling. Neo Pro Wrestling 3 going down in North Canton this weekend. We've got the main attraction, Ashton Day. Ashton Champ, how are you, brother?
I'm feeling good, brother. It's good to be here.
Good, dude. So excited to have you on board and so excited to talk about Neo Pro Wrestling. Now, Billy, you've been to a Neo Pro Wrestling event before.
I have. I loved it. The last one we went to, we were just talking about it. The excitement was there. I was drawn in from the beginning, and I mean, I was just locked in until it finally ended. It's an honor to have the champ in the building.
And Ashton, that's one of the things I want to draw attention to. I think so many people are used to WWE. You know what I'm saying? Like a big episode of Monday Night Raw or something like that. What's different about going to a local show like Neo Pro, and what's that indie scene like?
The main difference, it's easier to build a connection with an audience on an independent wrestling show. You really build a rapport with the people around you. When you go to WWE, it's a spectacle. It's an amazing event, but it's television. It's point A to point B. You're going to get what you know what you're going to get. Right. You go to an independent wrestling show. I mean, you get to go up to these guys. You get to shake their hand, say, "Wow, that was a great show." You build a real bond with these people, and then when you get to the people who everybody you see on WWE, for the most part, started on the independent wrestling scene. Right. So the same people that you're watching at these local shows, one day you might watch Monday Night Raw and tune in, and that guy's wrestling for the World Heavyweight Championship, and you get to say, man, I'm really happy for that guy. I remember how good he was to me back in the day, and you get to say, wow, that, it really does happen to these guys. Yeah, the Dome in North Canton is the place this upcoming Saturday. And not only do you see guys on their way up, you're also going to see names that you've seen before. Enzo Amore, formerly known as The Real One, going to be out there at the Dome on Saturday, which is so cool. Such a dynamic character, such a great charismatic presence in the ring. Jessica Havoc's going to be there as well. So this is an opportunity to not only see local stars, national ones as well. Tickets are still available. I know Front Row is sold out, so you got to make sure you get these tickets. neoprotix.com. The champ Ashton Day in the studio with us. So excited to have him. Number one, like we said, independent wrestling shows. They're a lot of fun because they're intimate. But number two, what you guys do in the ring is really impressive. Speak a little bit about what it takes to get out there, time in, time out, and to continue to do what you guys do. You can't be a slouch, I'll tell you that. You got to take good care of yourself. Mentally, physically, you have to be tip-top shape, you have to take care of your body. You have to go to the gym. You have to eat right. You have to make sure you're keeping up with your health. It's no light work. And I know it's something you guys all take seriously, and you see the results in the ring. What these guys do and what these guys, and women go out there and do on a regular basis. Truly an impressive athletic accomplishment. And Ashton, obviously, you were growing up. You were a big fan of wrestling. Speak a little bit about what it was like being the kid that was playing with the figures, and now all of a sudden you're that dude in the ring. It's pretty crazy. I never, growing up, I had a lot of friends who were also wrestling fans, and we'd always talk and say, "Oh man, I'm going to be a wrestler when I grow up." Of course. And then but I meant it, right? You know what I mean? And as I got older and they kind of grew out of it, I never did. I always knew I felt differently about wrestling than the people around me. That's love. That's love of it, man. From day one, the moment I don't even think I knew how to walk yet. The first memory I have of wrestling, because I'm pretty sure I was in a walker, playing with whatever, eating, and an Undertaker vignette was on TV for his ministry character he had. Did you even know which version of the Undertaker? Yeah, I vividly remember this happening, and from that moment, I growing up, a lot of parents or a lot of households are, football or basketball or sport, but my household was always wrestling. My parents were always big into wrestling. My grandpa and grandma would come over and watch it every Monday Night Raw. So it was always just integrated into my life from a very young age.
And now you're the champ of Neo Pro Wrestling. They're going to be out at the Dome in North Canton this upcoming Saturday. NeoProTix.com. Get yourself signed up for some tickets. And if you guys want to win some tickets, we want to get you hooked up. 330-450-9400 is the number. Send me the word Neo. That's Neo. I want to get you hooked up with tickets. We'll get you in the running for those. But Ashton, you talk about growing up in that household full of wrestling fans. When you look back, when you think about those moments, and whether it was The Undertaker or Stone Cold or The Rock or whoever, or John Cena, all these guys who are bigger than life, how do you kind of take what they did and bring that into your repertoire without necessarily like, oh, I want to be the next John Cena?
I don't know, man. That's something I'm still figuring out. For me, what I try to do is I don't look at the specifics of what they did. I look at the reaction that what they did got, and I try to implement things that I believe can elicit the same reaction, and just take inspiration from the greats who came before. I'm a student of the game. I study everything from Billy Robinson and Nick Bockwinkel to the stars of today, like Dominic Mysterio, Seth Rollins, the people who just have built this bond with an audience in different ways. Seth Rollins built it being a workhorse, but Dom built it by being the opposite.
Well, and having that mullet too.
Yeah,
I mean, he's really made that connection with the mustache and mullet combo there.
Yeah, you gotta look at everything, and you look at how the crowd reacts to it. From whether it's good or bad.
We're talking with the main attraction, Ashton Day. He is the champ when it comes to Neo Pro Wrestling. The Neo Pro 3, it's going down at the Dome in North Canton this upcoming Saturday. A huge event where you're going to be taking on an old friend of mine, No Shame, Jimmy Shane. Speak a little bit about what that rivalry's been like, what you guys have been through, and what you expect to happen on Saturday.
Oh, man. If you looked up the definition of desperate in the dictionary, you know what you'd find?
What is that?
The definition of the word desperate, which Jimmy Shane is.
Okay, all right.
I've already beaten Jimmy Shane. He's already come at me with everything he's got, and I sent him packing. So for me, this match is big because it's different. This isn't the same Jimmy Shane that we saw in those times. It's just like it's not the same Ashton Day. Now I'm the Neo Pro champion, and it took a lot to get to that point. A lot of beatings, a lot of hard times, but we're here. And the same thing with Jimmy Shane. He went through a lot to develop into who he is today, which isn't a good thing, but we're here now. And I look at this match, and it's not... There's no 3 counts. There's no cheap shots to hide behind. There's no fluke victory to cheat yourself into. There's only going to be one man left on his feet in a last man standing match. So Jimmy can't attack me. He can't blindside me the way he's been doing. He almost got himself kicked out of Neo Pro.
Well, and that's been so much of the problem recently. I mean, you talk about Jimmy in the past, and I mean, a guy that, I've had a ton of history with, supported that guy through his career in multiple different phases, but the guy's different now.
I've asked around town about him before. What did people think about him? Your guys' last match. I wanted to get a read the room on what they thought about Jimmy. Scumbag. Over and over again. That was the word used. That was the name given to Jimmy. I mean, you talked about your dictionary definition. The word in the street, scumbag. That's Jimmy, both to Ashton and the people.
I mean, when it comes down to it, dude is different than he used to be. Make no mistake about it. We've got Ashton Day, the main attraction, the champ of Neo Pro Wrestling. He's going to be taking the squared circle against No Shame, Jimmy Shane, in a last man standing match this upcoming Saturday. The Dome in North Canton is the place. Tickets still available, neoprotix.com. Ashton, you got time, right?
I got plenty of time.
You got time. Me and Billy got more questions. We want to talk pro wrestling. We want to make this happen. We got the champ in studio, and if you want those tickets, like I said, send the word NEO, that's N-E-O, to 330-450-9400. We're talking pro wrestling, and we're doing it on Mixed Mornings with Matt Fantone. Reminds me of an era gone by. No Shame, Jimmy Shane. He's going to be in the main event, taking on the champ, the main attraction, Ashton Day. But Jimmy and I, friends for a long time, and really one of my favorite things about that dude is we kind of lived that boy band lifestyle together. I remember a Canton Charge game, him and I out in the center court. There was posse, there was cheerleaders, the vibes were through the roof. And now that dude, I don't know if you want to say he's lost his smile, he lost his mind, or what's happened. But no shame, Jimmy Shane. Billy, what did you call him earlier?
I call him what he is. He's a scumbag. Everyone knows it. Everybody says it.
A scumbag, but he's going to be in the main event taking on Ashton Day. Neo Pro Wrestling.
Whoa.
No. We don't talk about me.
Jimmy, hey. What's up?
No shame, Jimmy Shane in studio.
You've been here the whole time? What are you doing, dude?
I live in the area. You want to talk about me on the radio and not invite me to come down here? Oh, don't you stand up.
Whoa. Billy BB and Ashton Day stepping up. Dude, Neo Pro Wrestling authorities getting into the studio right here.
There's a mic.
Jimmy Shane.
I want to talk. Move, Billy. Go back to AM.
Jimmy Shane, a local pro wrestler, a guy that I've had so much history with. Jimmy, what do you want, dog? What do you want? What do you want right now?
I want to be on the show. We're friends, aren't we?
Well, Jimmy, we've been friends for a long time, but the thing is, dude, things change, and you've obviously changed. And I don't know if it's been what's happened at Neo Pro Wrestling. I don't know if it's the fact that Ashton Day is taking care of you multiple times. But, dude, there's no better picture than dog, we were boy banding it together, cheerleaders and posse, and look at you now, man, storming into my studio, acting like this. You've changed, bro.
Yeah, people are talking about me. I'm the guy who should be here. I'm the guy that should be on every poster, and I'm the guy who should be holding that title, Ashton.
And why aren't you? Why aren't you?
Because I've never had a shot at it. You want the truth?
Why? Why haven't you?
You had 4,
look
5,
in the mirror,
6.
Jimmy, look at who you are. Look in the mirror, bro.
Authorities from Neo Pro Wrestling keeping these two separated. Saturday night, there will be no separating these two. No shame, Jimmy Shane in the studio.
Did grandma tell you we called you a scumbag?
Along with Ashton Day. Absolutely intense moment here. If you want tickets, 330-450-9400. Send the word Neo, and we want to get you into Neo Pro Wrestling this upcoming Saturday.
That was crazy. I'm Ashton, the real champ's here, so I felt all right. I knew it was going to be all right, but
What a nightmare.
you talk about Jimmy, you don't expect Jimmy to just appear like that. That was
an intense moment. An intense
Unbelievable.
moment, to say the least, dude. I don't even know what to say. Ashton, I'm sorry, man. I didn't expect this to get blown up.
It's not your fault.
I didn't expect a crash out from No Shame Jimmy Shane. Jimmy Shane, a Canal Fulton guy. And, dude, all right, so this whole thing just feels wrong. So, listen, if you guys want those tickets, like I said, send me a text. Include the word Neo Pro Wrestling coming to the Dome in North Canton this Saturday. We got the champ, the main attraction, Ashton Day in studio. Ashton, before we get out of here, one more time, let people know what they can expect this coming Saturday at Neo Pro Wrestling.
You can expect Jimmy Shane to get put down. That's what you can expect.
Somebody needs to do
Especially after this. Last man standing match. And I'll tell you what, Jimmy, the lights are going to look a lot different. They're going to hit a lot different when you're staring at them, lying flat on your back in a haze of regret. You understand me? Counting the seconds you shouldn't have wasted trying to reach a star that's way out of your reach. You understand?
NeoProTix.com. Get your tickets there. Like I said, 330-450-9400. Include the word Neo. Ashton, once again, dude, thank you so much for joining us. No, dude, it was my pleasure.
You're the champ, man. You're the champ.
It was my pleasure. That's Billy BB from 1480 WHBC. I'm Matt Fantone. Marissa coming into the studio next. You guys enjoy your time with her. It is Mixed Mornings with Matt Fantone.